daytime or nighttime.
I'm alive.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
I'm alive. Hello, welcome to I think in the news episode 82. In the town of Boingo is it's in the town of Boingo. It's his first. TC is his second. Tommy says no, I was first Boingo, you just couldn't see it. Hello, Incorrect. I have two Boingos now.
Oh, well, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's more Boingo than we needed.
Huh?
Save already, you piece of crap.
Oh, fuck that outside.
Missouri man celebrates potholes for her birthday.
Celebrates what's birthday?
A potholes for her birthday.
Oh, damn.
A Missouri man who has created a unique plan to get the attention of his city's public works department for a birthday party for a pothole that they've been complaining about since March. Frank Serino said he called Kansas City's 311 hotline sometime in March to complain about a huge pothole in his Waldo neighborhood on Cherry Street in LOTC. Everyone is always complaining about the potholes. Well, complaining doesn't seem to be getting anything done. Serino called Fox for. I know my fellow Waldo neighbors are just as disgusted as I am, so let's celebrate his birthday, his third birthday. That's Paul birthday. That phone is really annoying.
Well, I mean, it's more family friendly than drawing penises around it.
True. Kansas City Public Works Department told Fox News affiliate the pothole was on Cherry Street was on their list of repairs, but the weather has stopped them filling the holes. I'm going to say exit out on that one.
Wait, is the government trying to say it knows how to fill potholes? Because I'm pretty sure it don't.
Nah. Got to trust the government to do anything. Well, the Public Works Department said, I agree with the Public Works Department said, I know they got a lot done this week with good weather. Last week they passed up almost 2,000 potholes. Anytime it's pouring down with rain, it's difficult to catch, but as long as we have good weather, crews are out there. They're working on that list. Reid said that 15,000 potholes, including Cerritos, have been reported to the city since January. And that of those complaints, 10,000 have been fixed. Yeah, the crews were on Cerritos Blanc over the weekend, where they expected that they would finally repair the pothole. So I doubt they will. To be honest, I mean, it's now. There's me on road. Offensive messages on Arsenal kits as Adidas campaign backfires. Now, those who were on Twitter yesterday, probably this morning, would probably have seen this. An artificial intelligence tool that puts Twitter handles on the back of Arsenal shirts did not censor offensive words and phrases. An Adidas campaign promoting the new Arsenal kit has backfired after Twitter users were able to post anti-Semitic and offensive messages and find the Sportswear Giants official account. The German company united with the London Football Club for the first time in 25 years and was attempting to generate excitement through an interactive publicity stunt. I feel like they should have. I think this was a bad idea. Should have learned for the kids at it. I mean, do people not learn by now not to trust the internet with anything?
You'd think so by now, but no.
Well,
God.
apparently not.
Anyone who used the hashtag DareToCreate automatically received a reply for the UK's account featuring their Twitter handle on the back of an Arsenal shirt. But images of Arsenal kits referencing Adolf Hitler, Madeleine McCann, and the Hillsborough disaster were subsequently shared on Twitter with users released. When Twitter users realized the artificial intelligence did not fit without offensive messages. That man, are you trying to say I'm Welsh?
Tap.
You fucking yank. Actually, you're a Quebecois. That's what you are. That's even worse.
You would have done better just to call me Francophone or something, dude.
Yeah, that's what Quebecois is.
Well, nah, Quebecois is a specific brand.
Exactly.
Just call her a Canuck and be done with it.
No, because that's
I
not
do that anyway. It's like I'm not that insecure about myself that being called Quebec, is going to bother me because my last name is French, so I kind of got to live with it.
Is that why I can't? Well, I just can't read it in general, but I knew there was a reason I couldn't quite read it.
But calling me a Yank also doesn't affect me because I'm not American. And if I were a Yank, then I'd at least be American. So, woo, trans-American.
Even though you got annoyed yet.
Happy is funny.
You got annoyed a few days ago when I called you when I said American.
Well, yeah, because, I'm a trans-American.
Trans-American.
Oh, you should have called it a French.
Ontario, Quebec, Saskatchewan, they're all the same.
Wait, all the same?
Nothing? Wow.
All the same?
And
Are you
Martin says,
saying we're the same as Quebec and a prairie? Oh, hell no, we ain't no prairie dog.
Yes, triggered.
well, Martin says Blingo is funny.
Fucking prairie dogs.
Well, Martin's saying that you're funny, Blingo.
Sweet, that's because Martin's my man. Yeah.
No, I'm your man.
Don't get all jealous now, Scotty.
Too late.
Martin. The guy that we know from Peter's Discord.
You know what? Maybe I should make him a sandwich too.
No.
Too far? It's a sandwich.
Yeah, it sounds like she's from the same place.
I just,
Sounds like she's from the same place Pierre really is from. And Batman says Blingo sounds cute.
hi, baby.
You can flirt with her all you want, but remember, she's mine, people. She's mine. Yeah, when you were saying
I will say, to Batman, I've got her on Facebook, and I'm going to have to agree with you. She is. I'm going to shut up now.
Yeah, you're best to shut up.
Kick. Oh, damn.
Exactly, but she's still mine.
Oh, it's adorable. So adorable.
Was
You know, she's mine.
It's so adorable.
Trying to own his woman, probably trying to club me, drag me back to the cave by my hair or something.
make me a sandwich.
I'm going to have to agree with Batman again. There's not enough of them on this stream.
Give me a minute. Because we're very unprofessional on this team.
Not enough of what?
Not enough Batman.
Oh, yes, I agree.
How many idiots are in here already?
Check your Discord then. Back onto the news before we got derailed again. The regular currents on this block. Okay, hell, that fan is annoying.
What is it? The sound?
This fan.
Nah.
Oh, that's because it's hot, Scotty.
Yeah, it sounds muffled. Yeah.
Fanophobic.
The images of Arsenal kits with everything Adolf Hitler, Madeleine McCann, the Hill Brothers, and the Hill Disaster were subsequently shared on Twitter when users realised the artificial intelligence tool did not filter out offensive usernames. The images are published with a link inviting the user to buy a personalised shirt. Oh, please tell me someone at least bought them. Like a fucking Arsenal shirt with gas the Jews on the back of it or something. Also, BG brightens our day with cat and animal pics. Thank you very much for the copyright strike.
I think that clip was too short to get
Nice
that going.
intro.
Thank
I
you.
hope so.
I've used it on other. I used to use it on the Sunday Funday, and they never, Red Robot never said anything. So
That was an amazing intro, Batman. I applaud. I applaud.
thank you. Your hands off her. She's opinionated.
Yeah. The campaign was described by one observer as a marketing catastrophe. With many of the posts widely retweeted for several hours before they were deleted. I heard about that stowaway story, pretty nasty. What stowaway story? Many were baffled as to why Adidas launched such a campaign, with Walker's Crisps and National Lottery suffering similar abuse when they use personalized marketing. See, people just won't seem to learn not to do this kind of shit. Don't give the internet any of this kind of chance. Learn. Don't give the internet any chance to name anything. It's a bad idea.
Yep.
This is true. Huh.
Walkers were left red-faced when a 2017 promotion saw its account tweet and pictures of Gandhi Lineker holding up pictures of 9/11 mastermind Osama bin Laden
Damn.
and a serial killer Harold Shipman. Fucking hell.
Oh, shit.
Hello, James. That same year, a national lottery campaign saw Team GB athletes inadvertently holding up messages featuring comments about the Munich air disaster and serial paedophile Jimmy Savile.
Hi, James.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Batman.
Hi.
Adidas said it immediately turned off the functionality after they became aware of the issue, and that its Twitter team would be investigating. What's kind of your own fault? I mean, that's what happens when you fucking let the internet do stuff like this. Arsenal said the offensive language that featured has no place in our game or society. Club added, we work hard as a football club to encourage diversity in the general statement. Yeah. Let's learn it. Don't let the internet name anything.
I hear the Women's World Cup. They've sold 5 times as many tickets as they thought they would.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've sold 5.
Where was it? France or something?
Can't remember.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
I don't actually know where the fuck it is.
Yeah, nobody does.
It's somewhere on planet Earth.
Oh, dude. So when you say 5 times as many, did 10 people rock up or something instead of 2?
No, 5.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was the highest attendance they've ever had.
I mean, they're still going on. The parents are still whining on about it, and the fact is, people generally aren't interested in female sports because they're not as interesting as the male versions.
No, because they're not the male versions.
Yeah, unless of course it's volleyball or mud wrestling or something like that, you know.
Yeah, women's beach volleyball, that's good.
Oh yeah.
Hello, James. I think this is the first time you've posted anything in the chat that isn't a fucking ghost poo emoji.
The emojis, so it's the Windows 10 emojis, but I can't say them properly.
Because that guy fucking, I think the only person that loves ghost poo more than him is fucking Bad G Bear. And he laughed because we got bought her because we used to take the piss out of him too much, apparently. Oh well. Yeah, happens that. Yeah, moving on. Maryland Cookies are hiring a cookie taster in Scotland. Lucky Candle will be given £350 a day to eat cookies. That's it.
I think I need to move.
Yeah, it's
Man,
easy
I
for
love
me.
that job.
Yeah, so that's why I titled the stream best job ever, because I'm thinking it's a fucking amazing job.
Yeah, but do you have the necessary experience?
Well, I'm fat, so yes, probably.
No, probably.
Yeah, how about Chadwick?
Chadwick.
Damn it, Chadwick.
And also, hello, Chloe. Fancy eating cookies and getting paid for it, yes. Well, Maryland Cookies are giving Scots the chance to be the official taste tester. One lucky candidate will be picked to attend the Maryland Invitation Centre in Edinburgh, where he or she will be able to eat as many cookies as they want, including ranges not yet on shelves.
Yeah,
I'd be happy enough to travel down to Edinburgh just to do that.
you know, they could actually take that negatively and say that Maryland are just trying to say that the Scots are fat, lazy sugar addicts.
Would they be correct?
I wasn't saying the one, but you could take it negatively.
If the winner of this contest doesn't have diabetes now, they will.
Yeah, I think it's about. I think Blango couldn't do this job, or Trucker.
Yeah. Rogue Cryptic.
Yeah, Scotsmen aren't real. Unicorns are more real than them. Well, Cryptic. Unicorns are a national animal.
Oh, hello, I'm all about Cryptic.
No, so you came in the chat when I didn't mention any penis or anything. That's rare. I think eating cookies was enough, but the firm has announced it will pay the winner £350 a day. That's better than most jobs.
Yeah, and by the end of the by the end of the job, the winner's going to weigh about 350 per toe.
Pretty much.
Oh, wait a minute,
It sounds good, but you would. It does sound good, but you would get sick of it after a while. You can't just eat the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
I can
And
try.
what are you having for lunch today, Billy? More cookies.
Yeah.
Like after about a week, you eventually. I think for the first week or two, it'd be amazing, but after that, you'd be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So sitting in the middle of a storm, it's so bad that it's non-stop thundering for 2 hours. I've never heard of anything like this. I would have thought America could have plenty of things like this. I thought that wasn't enough.
It's like if you got a job with Scottish Newcastle Breweries, for the first week or so, you get a free crate of your favourite beer. And of it, most people love these the brewery tend to stop drinking.
I reckon after this job, you need to put off cookies for life.
Yep. Wait, cookies. We're doing cookies. We'll wear cookies now. And the cat's just choked on cookies.
If that wasn't enough, Maryland will allow the taster to create their own cookie and more so it comes to life before their very eyes.
Yeah, they're not telling you about the weird after effect where you develop this weird speech impediment and grow blue fur. Cookie.
TCB PG. I was like, why are you telling people to be PG in my chat? It's my chat. I don't care what people say in there. To apply for this amazing job, to head over to the Airmaster Telecompany, what length you go to for the Maryland cookie. I've tried to apply for it just to see what happens. Yeah,
Can't hurt.
Customer feedback is vital.
Rachel Rayner, brand manager. Wow, TCB and Wine Girl. What? I don't think a PG you mean blind girl, do you?
Wait, what?
TZ, Cryptic says TCB a BG.
Oh,
I think he was trying to tell a joke or something. He says, "Stop ruining my joke, Scotty, for fuck's sake."
Well, you know what? You are not. Your jokes aren't funny anyway.
penis.
That's a horrible thing to say, Scott.
Why? It's true.
I didn't say it wasn't true, just said it was a horrible thing to say.
Penis.
Why are you yelling penis so much?
Because Cryptic's in the chat.
Penis.
What?
Triple P.
Cryptic is in the chat. So I have to yell penis.
Thing is, he appeared without the mention of penis. And Martin says happy Canada Day for yesterday.
It was actually, it wasn't a day, it was only 15 minutes.
No, I thought that was today. Was that yesterday? Was it?
No, Canada Day was yesterday.
Ah, okay. I got to really go to bed. All the days have merged into one. I don't know.
Happy almost
Hey,
American.
I'm right there with you. I thought it was Monday today.
Yeah. I
What?
think
No,
it's Wednesday.
Canada Day
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
It's still better than being Scotsman. I guess it probably is, seeing as you're Asian, therefore you make more money.
Hey, Tom,
I guess it would be.
when's Australia Day, or as the rest of us call it, parole meeting?
What was the last part? Sorry, I missed the last part.
They call it parole
Oh.
meeting.
Parole meeting. Oh, yeah. Ours is January. I know you're making a joke, but ours is in January 26th. Piss up days, or what we call it. Parole day. Good one, mate. I've never heard that one before, but okay.
For 1,000th time.
Every day is a day now, as long as like people can make money off of it, right?
Oh yeah.
It's sunglasses day.
It's a lot better if you're a Care Bear Day, because every day is a Care Bear Day.
Yeah. Rachel Rayner, brand manager at Maryland, said, "It's really important to us that we are constantly innovating and ensuring that Maryland cookies remain the best tasting cookies on the market. Consumer feedback is so vital, so we're excited about inviting a successful candidate into our bakery to taste our range and create their very own cookies before their very eyes.
Okay.
Job. Applicants are now open until the 26th of July. So yeah, I feel like Cookie's applied for that job.
Yeah, you can see going. Yeah, Cookie wants to manage to win, and yeah, it's just going to go downhill from there.
Yeah, Cookie wants to be fucked.
Well, you've seen that video where he's fighting the Power Rangers, haven't you?
No, I have not. I've got to check that out. Sounds good.
It is. There's blood and snot everywhere.
Nike's better.
Sorry. Keep going, sir.
Oh
Thank you.
yes, I'm glad you're bringing this up. Thank you.
Nike's better off
I
things.
brought it up yesterday.
What?
I totally brought
How
that
do
up
you know what it
yesterday. Going,
How do you know what it is?
I'm sorry, I may not have been
I just
here.
happen to be using my cell phone at the moment, and I pointed it at the screen. You're about to talk about the shoes.
Yeah.
He is.
Actually, you didn't bring it up. You brought it up after the stream. It doesn't count.
No, I brought it up on stream. I brought up the American
Okay.
flag shoes.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, did
You didn't.
did
Did not.
did.
Can you remind me then?
Is there anything these idiots can't connect to the era of slavery?
No.
Hey, Honey
No, no.
Monster.
Not a honey monster.
It's okay. It's okay. Go ahead, honey.
Wouldn't you be afraid to get them dirty? Yeah, I guess if it cost that much, you would be, yeah. Nike's Betty Ross themed flag. Betty Ross themed shoes are selling for more than $2,500 on resale at StockX after the sportswear company pulled the shoes because Colin Kaepernick called them offensive. Ooh. I'm offended by my own flag. My own flag hurts my delicate little fifis. Oh,
No, wasn't it?
Well,
Wasn't
it was the earlier American flag. The reason why he's pissed is because they didn't use the standard American flag. They used the one that only represented the 13 colonies, the one with the 13 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's the one they had after they gained independence from Great Britain, yeah.
But what's retarded about that is if you take the American flag that's there now, they may have the 50 stars or whatever, but they still have the 13 stripes, which still represent the 13 colonies. So
And Betsy Ross spent a long time on that. I mean, the flag
No,
is
actually,
huge.
no,
if you look at it.
No, she didn't. She whipped a bunch of slaves.
She
to
what?
make it. She whipped a lot of slaves to make it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
just
yeah.
told when I was visiting. That's what happened. I'm sure there's
No,
darker secrets.
Sorry for trying to talk over you there, but you know what makes me laugh? They use the exact same flag in the Fallout games, and nobody bats an eyelid.
I just wait for it. Nike's Betty Ross themed shoes to read that. Yeah, Matt.
Well, to be fair, in the last year, it's gotten so bad in the last year. They put out a movie about Neil Armstrong, if you remember that.
Yep.
I don't remember the movie, but they put out a movie, and everybody was upset about it because they never actually showed any American flags or
No, yeah.
that,
yeah.
you know, they never showed him planting the American flag on the moon or anything like that. So,
To be perfectly
I mean-
honest, Pumpkin, I'm surprised they didn't race switch him and gender swap him.
you know,
Yeah.
Turn him into
As-
Neil Armstrong.
Nellie Armstrong.
yeah.
They seem to all the
It's
time historical figures.
Neely.
Scared me. You scared me. Your voice
Friends
going
with
pumpkin.
all
I thought you'd gone or something. I was, oh, Pumpkin's still here.
The USA,
Betsy Aldrin.
yeah, Max one. USA shoes were to go on sale this week for $140. But on Monday, Nike announced that it would be recalling the shoes that feature an early American flag because known as Betsy Ross. And the cabinet complained to the company after seeing the images of display online. And Benny Hill's dead, I'm not too sure. I don't know.
Oh. Betsy Ross, she's been dead about 200 years, dude.
Hey, Martin's on about Benny Hill.
The thing about the flag on the shoes, though, to be fair, I know this is not why Kaepernick did it, but to be fair, technically anybody wearing a flag or a representation of flag as clothing is breaking the law.
Do you know? I've got this urge right now. I want to find the next Antifa march, and I want to fly over it in a biplane, towing a Confederate flag.
That would be the day after tomorrow in Washington D.C.
Now all I need is a
That
bike.
would be my neighborhood. If you go further down south and hit up Pungo, like you'll see a lot of that there too. More than welcome to join, I guess.
That was good. That was one of your better ones, Batman.
Huh?
Oh, saying a Batman. That was one of his better ones.
Oh, thank you.
They shouldn't be
Don't
putting
worry,
fucking flies on shoes. It's disrespectful. Why not?
What pumpkin?
I was gonna say, don't worry. I understand. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to see Antifa try and tackle a Civil War reenactment society, because they may not be using live rounds, but they've still got real bayonets.
They have a lot of those clubs here. They really do. I'm pretty sure. And you can watch their reenactments and stuff whenever they do it.
Oh yeah.
The 41-year-old quarterback who is also a Nike endorser. So the old American flag on the shoes here was offensive because of its links to an era of slavery.
Oh.
Time to get over it, people. Time
Also
to get over it.
linked to an era when during the War of Independence, the abuse states actually freed the slaves, so long as they fought. So he doesn't know what he's talking about.
No,
They just want to be offended to be offended. This is just.
Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
just wondering how much power Kaepernick has over Nike and why. Where's the money coming from? What money is
because
being
go woke,
exchanged
go
here?
woke. That's why. Because
I
woke.
think, yeah,
Who is paying for this political narrative right now?
I'd like to know that too, to be honest.
And they're selling for over 2 Gs and Reeboks do it. Nike already shipped the shoes to retailers has been asked. When asked them to be returned without explanation, however, some of the shoes were made it onto the market. A local the company told the Wall Street Journal that Nike decided not to release the Air Max 1, which like 4th of July as it featured the old version of the American flag.
Yeah, maybe they should have had a hammer and sickle instead, eh?
They would have been happy with that. Tuesday morning is the first for Tuesday morning. The shoes were circulated to celebrate the 4th of July. We're going to sale. We'll sale with $2.5 grand. Okay. Some school for the work. When I was in school, trainers didn't really exist. We all had fun. Why is called Kaepernick still relevant anyway? Because woke, I guess. According to StockX, 76 pairs of the shoes have been sold at an average price of $700. Just fucking get over it, man. So I say.
What do you want?
Even then, I wouldn't pay $1,500 for a pair of shoes either. Like, who cares anyway?
Right?
Yeah,
Why?
exactly.
To look at them?
Yeah, you're not going to wear
Where are
$1,500.
you going to wear them?
I wouldn't be wearing them if I paid $1,500 for them. Hell no. I'm with you on that
Well,
one.
that's just off advice. All hell be well to you. They'll be able to be all right.
Now we're all talking sports shoes in the chat.
And the company shares were down 1% in early trading Tuesday after the decision not to release the shoes. No, that's your own fault. Following Nike's decision to pull the shoes, Arizona Governor Doug Ducey ordered the state's Communist Authority to withdraw all financial incentives from Nike to construct a $845 million plant in Goodyear, Arizona. As series of tweets, JJ said, "Words cannot express my disappointment at this terrible decision. I'm Barrister Knight, the governor tweeted. Adding that Tuesday was supposed to be a good day in Arizona. So the announcement of a major Nike investment in Goodyear. Nike is an iconic American brand, an American company that this country, our government and free enterprise have allowed to prosper and flourish, the governor tweeted. Instead of celebrating America's history this week, the week of our nation's independence, Nike has apparently decided that Betsy Ross is unworthy and is unbound to the current onslaught of political correctness and historical revisionism. Yeah, agreed. Stop fucking living in the past and move on. So I see it.
Yeah.
These people keep going on about slavery and that. They conveniently forget that every civilization, every culture on the planet indulged in slavery. It's only Western civilization that ever made it illegal.
Yeah. It's not even that. When did they stop? Like, give them everything they want. I'm not just talking about. I'm talking about the outrage brigade. When do they stop though? Give it to them now. Are they still going to be crying about it in 50 years' time? They need to get over it. You can't just keep bringing it up.
They keep continuing shit because it keeps them relevant.
Yeah, basically.
Unless you're from some of these bullshit countries in Africa, no one alive today had anything to do with slavery.
No.
But not in the West.
Yeah, I should have taken it in the car for deceptive trading.
I mean,
Africa's a whiny bitch. Yeah, he is.
You go to the Middle East or North Africa, especially Libya, and they have open market slave markets.
In Asia too.
Instead of spending their time bitching about the slavery that is happening, they're like, well, my ancestors were a slave 1 billion freaking years ago, therefore give me.
There's still slavery in Libya.
Yeah, I think you bitch about the 200-year-old slave trade because they don't have to do anything about it.
Well, they don't have anything to really bitch about, do they?
Yeah, they don't bitch about the slave trade, which is actually still going on, because if they did, they'd have to do something about it.
And let's face it, this guy's a multi-millionaire. What the fucking hell? What does he really realistically have to bitch about? Nothing. Yeah, they aren't mentioning the Irish slaves either, or the Scottish ones.
Or the ones the Asians that built the railroad were basically slaves.
It's a shameful retreat for the company. American business should not be proud. Should be proud of our country's history, not abandoning it. Agreed. Nike's made the decision, and now we're making ours. I've ordered the Arizona Commerce Authority to withdraw all financial incentives under the discretion. And the state is not providing for the company to locate here, the governor said. Apparently, according to Alan, they were Chinese slaves.
Google this company because
every race sales in America at the time had slaves. Period.
All right.
Yeah, the first slave owner in the Americas was a black man, anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, there were Indian slave owners, there were black slave owners, white slave owners.
Yeah, and the first official slave owner in America was a black man.
Yeah.
I didn't know who this Kaepernick was, so I've Googled him. Now I see he's a very slightly brown guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, what about the natives? Firewater and tiny parts of land. Here's some small blocks for you. Yep.
They keep going on about, oh yeah, black slaves used to run away and join the Indian tribe. No, they did. Black slaves, they ran away, would get caught by the Indians, pulled back to white people. Which is a good thing.
And what's that noise? He's in the kitchen. I think it's probably blind girl telling people leaving the scene without telling anybody again.
No, she's still there.
Yeah, blind girl, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I just found something really retarded.
You know what your answer should have been, blind girl? I'm not giving you a name. Yeah. Blind girl.
Sorry,
Find my
I don't know. I can't see.
Yeah, actually, that totally should have been it. No, you guys remember Cuck Norris?
Yeah.
Oh, holy
Guys-
shit! Yes.
Guy from Toronto that spun and kicked a woman
Yeah.
because and he tried to throw someone in front of moving traffic. He just got sentenced today to nothing but 8 months probation.
Yeah.
And then after the verdict, he giggled and laughed at everybody and walked out of the courthouse. So Rebel Media has bought a gigantic jumbotron van and they're just publishing it all around Toronto. And so, yeah, that's what I was listening to.
I think we want to get Jackie
And
Chan.
the slaves had slaves. Yeah, they did. We should mispronounce night to show our disgust. Well, we just thought, well, I just did, technically.
Aye, wait, we used to in the 70s. We didn't call it night here, we just call it night.
History was very, very ugly. It was crude. It was barbaric. It's not as glamorized as they put it in the movies. I don't think people realize the extent of how much killing and murder and fucked up shit happened. And we all had to do it for a sense of survival.
It wasn't glamorized when it was.
Some of it was shady, but I mean, in the beginning of times, I don't know.
If you- I think it was Herodotus, the father of history. He was the first guy who actually recorded it in an objective manner rather than a subjective manner.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Chloe.
Yeah. He told it like it was.
The governor treated the Arizona's economy is doing just fine without like. We don't need look-up companies. Once again, just like degrade our nation's history. Instead, in conclusion, it shouldn't take a controversy over the issue for our kids to know who Betsy Ross is. Learning more. Like, story should be taught in American schools in the meantime. It's worth going on.
Betsy Ross was a man.
The two companies plan to construct an 85 million euro piece. According to Leila Monteiro, next vice president of their manufacturing innovation, the plant would be the company's third manufacturing facility in the US. And during negotiations that began in May, the city agreed to waive up to nearly 1 million in plan review, and the fees promised to reimburse like another 1 million for jobs created, according to Arizona Central. Future estimated that the night plant would bring in 7.7 million in direct revenue for the city, and put its overall economic impact in more than 483 million within the plant's first 5 years. It's unclear whether Nike will move forward with the plans now. The Betsy Ross flag features 13 flags in a circle representing the 13 original US colonies, was created during the American Revolution. So yeah, it doesn't symbolize slavery at all. It symbolizes the first American flag.
Yep. It symbolizes the ideals of freedom.
Just because it happened to be at the same time as slavery doesn't mean it has anything to do with slavery.
And I believe that the founding fathers were abolitionists anyway, weren't they?
Hello, Goon.
It's about a 50-50 mix.
Thank you, Pumpkin. I appreciate that. And hello, Goon. No, seriously, Pumpkin, I actually do appreciate that.
What, that some were, some weren't?
No, you correcting me about the founding fathers.
Oh, no, I'm just saying it was just, some of them were abolitionists, some of them were slave owners. Washington and Jefferson, they were slave owners.
Yeah, actually, from what I've heard, there was a few slave owners who were also abolitionists. They only owned slaves because it was economically viable at the time.
I was liking each other stream people. It was a time when lawmakers advocated expansion of slavery and declared those who weren't in slavery as slaves for life. Now, you don't have to sound so sad when you say hello, Scotsman. Thanks to the other wonderful people like TC here. I'm Scottish. That's just the way I am.
And what's wrong with the way I say it?
Nothing, you just commented the way I said it. And Ginger's just posting random emojis now.
It was that's hilarious. That
Some of the stuff with Jefferson, because I was recently at his house, the tour guide was like, yes, he tried to free all of his slaves. However, he could not because they were technically not his. They were his wife's parents' slaves, and they did not give her permission to do that. So that is why he got stuck with those. Now, I don't know as far as any other story, but that one did happen. It was on paper and writings and things like that.
That it was a time when lawmakers declared that those born in slavery were slaves for life. That's been the way of slavery since we've had slavery.
Yeah, pretty much. And the thing as well, not all lawmakers back then would have supported slavery. There would have been some who would have wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah.
That's just a fucking blatant lie.
Let's face it, if it wasn't for white people, slavery would still be on the books.
Yeah, we don't call enthusiastic Scotsman for no reason, random dude. Nobody's ever called me that before.
I don't recall it.
Nor do I. I think maybe once when I was drunk.
That would be the best name ever for you.
Hyperactive Scotsman.
The enthusiastic Scotsman.
I already have a name. I'm already on that name.
I know. Bug, get away. Excuse me.
The flag has more recently been appropriated by some extreme groups as opposed to the country's increasing diversity. Sure, you just had mixed reactions to the news of the recall. And the Betsy Ross flag was turned into a symbol of white nationalism and domestic extremism, one user wrote. From where exactly?
From the depths of his twisted imagination.
Conservatives will whine, but Colin Kaepernick has a right to speak out and Nike have a right to pull their products. It doesn't mean you have to agree with it, though.
Yeah, that's correct.
There's a difference between disagreeing with something
Are they mistaking the Civil War for the Revolutionary War or something?
I don't know. I think it is.
Say what now? What was that, Cuban?
I was just trying to make a joke a little bit because they are saying Betsy Ross is a symbol of white nationalism and domestic extremism. And Betsy Ross is racist.
When Betsy Ross's flag came into be, you couldn't be domestically extremist because there was no domestic at the time.
This is correct. Well, actually, if you look at it, yes, it was a flag for domestic extremism, with the domestic being the British Empire.
I just don't get how it's really racist. At all.
You know, that is that
it was the Revolutionary War. It wasn't even the Civil War. Are they trying to kind of put the two together?
Probably.
Why they're saying it was made during an era of slavery.
The American Revolutionary War is racist, guys.
I think there's a way to say it. It's because conservatives will whine that Colin Kaepernick was right to speak out. Was right to pull their products. No, they weren't. I'm going to try to use the thank Kaepernick for shedding light on how the Betsy flag, Ross flag is racist. How the fuck is it racist?
Yeah, if you went back in time and to before the transatlantic slave trade started, and showed people of that era what would happen, they'd ban any export. They'd just ban blacks from leaving Africa, wouldn't they?
Probably.
I don't know, but one of the YouTubers I watch just bought. He does blogs. He just bought a new pair of Nikes, and the last time he bought a new set was the last time Nike was in trouble.
I'm sitting there shaking now that my history teachers left this vital piece of information from me. Of course they did. In respecting to. Others called Colin Kaepernick un-American. Nike just pulled a 4th of July themed shoe using a bachelor's flag because Colin Kaepernick complained it was offensive. Can we just, for one day, attempt to be Americans and be proud, especially during the 4th of July? The day we became America, one person wrote. I found out how Nike supports someone who doesn't support their country. TV host Laura Ingraham also swore off Nike. No more Nike sneakers for our family, she tweeted. Ted Cruz also waiting with a tweet saying, it's a good thing Nike only wants to sell shoes to people who hate the American flag.
Well, Adidas made better shoes anyway.
The brain surgeons wear Nike or Marks. And Spencer change it. Trainers, trust me. I trust their judgment. The NFL player turned activist repeatedly. Let's see. The NFL player turned activist reportedly denied the claim to comment. I'm not shocked. Kaepernick ignited a nationwide controversy in 2016 when he decided to protest inequality and police brutality by refusing to stand during a national anthem.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You know, it shows what an idiot he is. But does he not realise that when you take the knee, that's a universal sign of submission?
No, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
This is a long news story, I know, but I keep getting interrupted, don't we? I'm surprised enough it's not from Blind Girl because she's barely said a word. That's
Well,
weird.
I mean, you guys got it covered.
I'm just joking.
The Americans are being quiet because they're all in shock.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Let
Kinda wonder-
the colonizers let the colonizers take them over again. That seems to be what happens. Now, since starting the demonstration during the NFL preseason 3 years ago, Kaepernick has been joined by scores of other NFL players in the face of immense criticism. Many of them, President Donald Trump, who referred to the protesters as sons of bitches. The demonstrators were primarily reacting to the deaths of African American men at the hands of law enforcement. Free agent quarterback last played in the NFL in 2016, going unsigned since the kneeling protest. Right. You should read the comments, the DMs to all of them. They'll be better than the article. Oh, actually, let's see them. Doesn't say there's any comments here.
Just one that I saw.
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick sucks. Go fuck yourself.
Well, he's basically been kicked out of professional football, hasn't he?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, from what I understand, he wasn't doing too hot to begin with.
Because he's not. It's because he's not black enough.
Yep. I'm pretty sure I just stole this one from Blind Girl, but I don't care.
You dick, you did steal that from me. It's okay, honey. Go ahead.
I gave you 2 articles anyway.
Oh, Christ. Who does this Iran official think he's kidding?
Come on.
If you get a proper job. You should be too dumb to get a proper job. Yeah, go fuck yourself. That would make a great text. So.
Let's go, guys.
If the U.S. attacks Israel, Israel will be destroyed in half an hour. Iran official. Saddam raised a limit say on a stockpile of low enrichment uranium on the nuclear deal. Top parliamentarian threatens to annihilate the Jewish state. A senior Iran lawmaker on Monday threatened that Israel would be destroyed in half an hour if the US attacks the Islamic Republic. Don't understand that. Why would they go after Israel and not America? If it's America attacking them, doesn't make any sense to me.
Because it's an Islamic state, they hate
It's
Israel more
posturing.
than they hate America. And it's
Well, I know
posturing.
you were talking about this earlier. Now you weren't saying nothing. Nope.
It's
Nothing.
political posturing.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's also an empty threat that they couldn't really back up.
Head southeast toward East Woodland Avenue.
Ah,
If the US attacks us, only half an hour remain of Israel's lifespan. Dead, fallen. Chairman of it.
I like that.
Iranian Parliament's National Security and Foreign Policy Commission. In comments carried by the Mehr News Foreign News Agency.
Yeah, by the Arab News Agency.
I know Monday had broken the limit on a stockpile of low enrichment uranium by the 2015 nuclear deal, marking its first major departure from unraveling agreement a year after the US unilaterally withdrew from the accord. The announcement came as tensions remain high between Iran and the US in recent weeks. The wider Persian Gulf has seen Iran playing the US military surveillance zone, mysterious attacks on oil tankers, and Iranian-backed rebels in Yemen launching bomb-laden drones in Saudi Arabia. The state-run IRNA news agency quoted Foreign Minister Mohammed Javad Zarif as making the uranium announcement. IRNA reported that Zarif, answering reporters' questions of whether Iran had broken the limit, said yes. Can't disagree. If Europeans do what they have to do, our measures will be reversible, Zarif said. Zarif did not say how much low enrichment uranium Iran had on hand. Also Monday, the head of Israel's Mossad intelligence agency said Iran was planning a string of attacks on the Persian Gulf. Speaking at an annual security conference in Israel on Monday, Yusuf Cohen said, I can tell you with certainty from the best sources of Israeli and Western intelligence that Iran is behind the attacks. Cohen mentioned recent attacks on oil tankers in the Gulf oil field in Saudi Arabia and in Baghdad. He said the attacks were approved by the Iranian leadership and were carried out by at least mostly by the Revolutionary Guard and their surrogates. Israel has long seen Iran as a disgrace for it. Iranian officials regularly threaten to destroy the Jewish state.
Yeah, but always just a bit more political posturing. What? You're going to destroy Israel, are you? You're Muslim, right?
Yeah,
So,
every country around Israel wants to fucking destroy Israel. It's nothing new, is it?
like I said, political posturing. You're going to destroy Israel. You're Muslim, right? You like Mecca, don't you? You don't want to see that turn into a pile of radioactive glass, do you?
Yeah.
Some cultures only understand violence answered with violence, or aggression answered with aggression.
Yeah, they don't like the idea there's a Jewish state in that area, so they want rid of it.
Yeah.
See them as a threat to their way of life.
I take the fifth.
Really?
Yep.
What have you
You
done,
know what
bloody
the
hell?
thing is? Also, you can't blame it. You ain't an American, and I believe it's
You-
only in America that you can do that.
Like 2 hours ago, you were on about this, and now you don't want to even talk about it anymore.
I take because no, you know what? It's just I think everybody is just like ridiculous when it comes to the image of Israel. I think people are ridiculous. I think they're biased against it. Just automatically, when you automatically sit there and go, okay, you got Iran, you got Israel, fuck it, wipe Israel off the map. It's like, why do you automatically go there? Why don't you go to fuck it, wipe Iran off the map? Why do you automatically go to it's Israel's fault every time? What if Iran's a fucking dickhead and you're gonna put all the blame on Israel? And I've repeated myself on this so many times, and I feel like everybody talking about it, it's just me versus everybody else. So I'm like, you know what? Everybody has heard this already, so I take the piss.
I stand by my position.
Ever since the Shah was deposed and the Ayatollah took over, Iran has been nothing but trouble.
Yeah, it's like, come on now. The main difference I see between Iran and Israel is Iran will just fucking throw babies at Israel, for fuck's sakes. If they knew they could take out somebody, they'd throw babies. Okay, this is what they do. So Israel and Iran sits down at the table, and Israel says, "Okay, we're going to give you what? The Gaza Strip. We're going to give you that. All the businesses we have there, you can have them. They're already set up. You can have all the businesses there. You can have all the food that we've grown. There you go. Take it all. Just be nice." And Iran, the first thing they do when they get there is they burn everything, all the food, all the thing. They burn it all because they hate Israel, even though they own it now. They burn it all. And then they stand there and they fucking fire more shit at Israel. And we sit there and go, you know what? Israel, we should just take out Israel because, like, why are we fighting the wars for? I'm like, look, dude, first of all, Israel's a fucking ally, so that should mean something. Mm-hmm. And second of all, the major difference I see is Iran, like I said, will launch babies at somebody if they knew it would kill them.
The thing is,
knowing. Well, no, Israel knowing that Iran will fire some of their rockets from the top of mosques. So Israel knows that there could be women and children or innocent people in that building they don't want to target. So Israel refuses to fire back. When I see a nation do something like that, fuck Iran.
The thing,
I don't get why if the US attacks them, why would they go after Israel? That doesn't make sense to me. Like,
because Iran thinks, okay, Iran understands Israel's America's ally, and Iran understands that America will flatten them like a fucking parking lot. So what do? They're using the baby as a fucking leverage. Yep. That's what they're doing.
The other thing is, the way I look at it is, even if Israel wasn't an ally, you can negotiate and deal and open diplomatic relations with Israel. You can't with Iran.
No, you can't. You cannot negotiate with them because they will not negotiate. They want Israel dead. And no matter how many times Israel tries to negotiate with them, they want them dead, plain and simple. So why everybody defaults to, fuck it, you know what? If Israel wasn't there, everything would be okay again. I'm like, why do you default to that?
No, it wouldn't.
Why don't you default to, fuck it, if Iran wasn't there, everything would be better? Why don't you default to that one? Why is it always Israel's fault?
If Israel wasn't there, they'd blame it for somebody else.
Exactly. Because once Israel's gone, they'll pick on someone else.
Yep.
To be fair, I didn't say to blow Israel off the map.
True. I'm more of countering Scotty's point earlier in the off-air hangout.
I know, but the thing is, I know you don't like my position either. Give them the opportunity to do it themselves.
Scotty, I know you weren't serious, but when you say stuff, I'm going to refute it if it's retarded. And Trucker, yeah, your method is way worse.
I still think if you let it be known that you had several long-range intercontinental ballistic missiles aimed at Mecca, you might quieten the Middle East down quite a bit.
Iran doesn't even care if they kill their own people. They'll launch shit and have missiles and land their own people. They don't care.
Yeah, no, not about their own people, but Mecca is the holy of holies for the Muslim world. That would make them back down.
The reason Iran goes after Israel, is because they know that they are allies with the U.S. Yep. If they attack Israel, we are going to be right there with them. So that way they come through the back door to get to the U.S. Because Israel will not negotiate with terrorists. They bomb the hell out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they should. I think they've done enough negotiating, and Iran needs to just fucking deal with its own shit and leave people alone.
If you know the history of...
Hey, Crappy, you done?
If you know the history of Israel...
You done?
Yes.
Then hello,
I think a lot of easier countries have done that, but sadly that's not the world we live in, sadly.
Yeah. So if you know the history of Israel, when it was first founded, the Palestinians kicked up a fuss. So the Allies and the Israeli government, turned on. We'll give you this. We'll give you like 50% of the land. Oh no.
That's the thing. There's never been a country called Palestine.
Yeah, but they were still called Palestinians.
There's never been a place called Palestine ever.
I know that, but that's got nothing to do with what I'm saying. But the Palestinians kicked up a fuss that there's going to be rivers of blood if there's one Jew still living here. But no, we'll give you 70% of the land. No, we want. Yeah, they just would not negotiate, no matter what concessions were given to them. They still wanted to kill every Jew there. So.
Yeah, they don't want to compromise, and it's a thing they should do. I think both parties should compromise on that.
I think one party should compromise because Israel's done enough goddamn compromising. It's time for Iran to bow their head too.
I'm talking about Israel and Palestine here.
Yeah, I know, but like I don't know how much more Israel can fucking give people to say, please stop bombing us.
The other thing
they should get together and they should like fucking create 2 states there.
The other thing is, until Israel was founded, the Palestinians were the whipping boys of the Islamic world. Nobody liked them.
But then Israel came along and everyone started hating Israel instead.
Yeah.
Well, see, one problem is a lot of people don't understand about Iran because I know Batman was alive then. I was in 1976.
Mm-hmm.
When the Shah was in power and was overthrown.
Yep.
And the hostages were taken and all that stuff back then. And I mean, we watched it live on TV when all that went down. Yes, it may have been in black and white, but we did get to see it.
Yeah, and the fault of that was on the British and French.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and did you see the bullshit that Ilhan Omar tried to rewrite history about? Ilhan Omar went on news, whoever the fuck she's talking to, and she said that the Arabic nation, when the Holocaust was going on, nicely surrendered Israel so the Jews wouldn't die. And I'm like, actually, if I remember correctly, you guys sided with Hitler.
Actually, yeah, from what I've read, even Hitler was shocked at how the Arabs were treating the Jews.
Yeah.
Even Hitler.
Yeah, because there was always like some form of Jewish state there beforehand, wasn't there?
No, the Romans destroyed the Jewish state of Israel. It was basically
before Israel was born, there was always like Jews living there to begin with.
Yeah, but the Jews was spread. Yeah, they were in a kind of minority. I mean, yeah, it was their ancestral home, but the Romans destroyed the state, and up until the founding of Israel, I don't think there was actually any actual country there.
Well, there was at least the presence of Jews there, at least.
Oh, yeah, and so Ilhan Omar tried to say that the only reason why Israel exists is because Iran or Pakistan gave them that land to flee Hitler. And I'm like, that is totally not how Israel was created, you dumb cunt. Stop trying to rewrite history.
Yeah, it was the Allies that gave them that land. It was the Allies. It was Britain, France, and fucking America.
And it wasn't until after World War II.
It was Britain, France, and America that done it. They gave them that land.
Yeah, she tried to say that the Arabs did it out of the goodness of their hearts. And now her people are suffering while Israel is doing great because they had to give the shirts off their back so that Israel could be safe for the Jews. Like, they're basically saying, we sacrificed all of our wealth so that the Jews could be rich in Israel, and now they owe it us back. And I'm like, you're just pulling shit out of your ass now.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, yeah. It's gonna be just a fit there nowadays, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and like, so that's why it makes me kind of stand back in awe because, God, you're not the only one that makes that joke. where they say either let Israel and Iran take each other out, or let's just fuck Israel and then we have no problem. You're not the only one to make that joke. And I'm like, I wonder why that is the default answer to just blame Israel when Iran obviously likes to pound their chest at everything and bully people.
Well, nobody's like the Israel or the Israelites for thousands of years. The Bible demonstrates that.
It's partially because for thousands of years they've been very insular.
Right.
If you married a Jewish woman back in the day, back in biblical days, you would either have to convert to Judaism, or your marriage would be annulled.
Yeah. But no, I mean, back that far, they were fighting in the Middle East, and they're still fighting.
Yeah.
And probably in another 1,000 years, they're still going to be fighting.
Hey, do you know that the Jews hate Moses?
Do they?
Yeah. They've got they have a good reason to hate Moses. As the Jews say, when Moses led the Jews out of Egypt, if he'd turned left instead of right, they would have had all the oil, and the Arabs would have had all the sand.
Yep. Probably get a better price on it too. We could.
Yeah, so that's all I have to say about the Israel thing.
I don't know.
Since you had to get me started there, dude. You had to get me. I don't know why.
Right, girl, I've got to ask, are you a member of the Judean, the People's Front of Judea, or the Judean Popular Front?
No, unfortunately not.
Because you like arguing with stuff, that's why.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm getting fucking started. The political whiteness of Me Too.
Awesome! You're a straight white male!
Movement is being shaped by the power of whiteness. Right, Alison Phillips. That was a great start. I was mistaken the first fucking sentence. Well done. On January 24th, 2018, Gina Larry Nassar was sentenced to 40 to 175 years in a Michigan prison for 7 counts of sexual assault of minors. This was one of 3 sentences given to Nassar, accused of molesting at least 250 girls and young women, and one young man between 1992 and 2016.
Wait, so 250 girls and this one little boy who looked at like a girl at the time.
I don't know.
Jeez.
Sentencing judge Rosemary Aquina, that's foreign, told him that if authorized, she would allow some or many people to do to him what he did to others. I just signed your death for it. She said foreign, subsequently described as a bona fide feminist icon, Me Too hero of the week. And the paragon of this. What? He'd have been fine if his parents hadn't called him Larry. The name was on it. Yeah, poor old Larry. This story exemplifies what I call political whiteness.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm going to say the obvious. The domination of mainstream feminism by vigorous white women shapes what Claire Hemmings might call political grammar.
Aw, puppies.
What the fuck?
So does that say pound me too or number me too?
No, because that's not a pound, that's a fucking hashtag.
It's a pound sign.
No, because the pound sign's a currency.
It's on the phone as a pound sign.
Oh, because the pound sign's a currency.
Yeah.
Green Thunder, look in the chat. That's a pound sign. That is a hash.
No, in America, Scotty, in America,
America
the
is mostly incorrect on that one.
Yeah, well, bite me.
Okay.
In America, on the telephone, there's a hashtag symbol on the phone. It's been there 60, 70 years, but
Yeah,
it's the same. It's the same symbol.
It's called a hash, though.
Yeah, that's what people keep calling it, but
yeah, that's what we call it. It's a hash. Pound sign's a currency. Pound sign's a currency symbol.
Yep.
You're that younger generation and hadn't grown up yet. You'll call it pound later when you get tired of hashtag.
No, because I live in the UK where we use the pound as our currency. And the symbol for the pound is different. Therefore,
you need to move.
Don't really, to be honest.
No, we need to stay and make our country work again.
I'll stop over in Canada, take Blind with me and move down to America. That's the idea.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But personally, I think if you're not prepared to stay and fight for your country, you don't deserve to live in any country.
Yeah. Do you watch We Got a Problem on YouTube? No, I don't. The pound sign did not exist in ASCII. The hash was called the pound sign. History lesson over. Yeah, but still. Shapes what Claire Hemmings might call political grammar. In other words, the form in which the stories are told and the assumptions and meanings these draw on and create. For instance, that rape is perpetuated by bad men. It should be exposed. That's not a bad thing.
Did you say the racism perpetuated by Batman?
No, that rape is perpetuated by bad men. Well, yeah, because obviously you're a rapist and you're obviously a bad man, aren't you?
Yep.
I don't. The police exist to catch these men, and of course to do justice on them. But they ought to be punished as severely as possible. Nick these lines deeply held beliefs that people are either victims or perpetrators, but not both. The state is protective rather than oppressive. Shaming and punishment work. And if I give you in front of us from the stream labs. For some bizarre reason, he still calls Blind Girl a princess.
I'm waiting until it's made illegal for white people.
He still calls you a princess.
Oh, well, you know what? I love being a princess, so woo!
Like, let's face it, we do live in an age where they are actually saying that it's racist for white people to go out with to have relationships with other white people.
Yeah, it's also racist for black people to have relations with white people.
I know technically Blind Girl's a native, so I'm fine.
What if that's just what you find aesthetically pleasing? Like, what if that's just what turns you on? I don't understand how that's racist at all.
Oh, then you've got an exotic fetish.
Oh, it's a fetish now. Okay. Even if you love the person?
Political whiteness is similar to the term white.
I don't know.
Aw, kitty.
Why are you no longer presenting?
I just don't. I have to beat myself for a second. Sorry.
I thought you'd stop presenting for a reason, not yeah. My mistake.
White race is so much of the term white feminism, which describes feminist perspectives, often willingly ignorant of the struggles of cultural output and politics of women of color. That was just word salad. I thought love was blind. In our case, yes, it is.
Oh, fuck, that's right. I gotta make, like, fucking. Anyways, keep going.
Don't make your stream, dude.
Yeah, I just realized how late in the hour. My brother's been tagging me in tweets, and that's always a bad thing.
How would you know?
Because it goes ding, and then I read it, and it goes, suck that replica. has tagged you in a tweet, and then I go and look at it, and I'm like, I suddenly wish Stockbat Replica had not tagged my name in this, so I would not be guilty by association.
Yeah, well, you think on yourself. Anyway, yeah.
No, my brother brings it on. I just, am an unwilling participant or a hostage.
Political Whiteness is broader and deeper than that. It's produced by the combination of supremacy and victimhood. Traits of focus on the
Makes it
injured
broader.
and investing with and an accompanying will to power. It characterizes both white feminism and the backlash or white lash against it. It might seem insensitive to associate feminism with the misogynist backlash, but acknowledging the central will of race demands that we do it. What the fucking hell was that? I was just. This is painful to read.
Yep.
It doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
Well,
Kind of like the Scottish language, but
Not
not.
much does these days,
No.
sadly.
Our language makes perfect sense. Our language is bastardized English.
Exactly. That little word bastardized just kind of proves the
I
point.
hate to say this, Scotty, but every branch of English, modern English, is bastardized English.
Exactly. And not only that as well, you live in the north. You live in the northeast of England, therefore you stole most of our slang.
Actually, the accent I've got is closest to how English was originally spoken, apparently. Yeah,
What I'm saying is the slang that you used. Is the slang that you used mostly was mostly stolen by Scotland. Was mostly stolen by Scotland. By Scotland. Technically.
Actually, it's mostly Scandinavian in origin.
In other words, the words that we use in Scotland, you also use in the northeast of England.
Some of them, but not a lot.
The words like I and nay and stuff like that you use down there as well.
There's one of the better dad jokes for you.
Which is why I think like Geordies and like fucking Scottish people can genuinely understand each other perfectly fine.
Yeah, this is true.
Nobody else can.
But nobody can understand drunk.
No. On International Women's Day 2019, Me Too co-leader Alyssa Milano tweeted, "My transgender sisters, I'm celebrating with you this after Women's Day." Soon after the male user replied, "Melissa, are you transgender?" Her response was worth giving to you. "I'm a transgender person of color. I'm trans, I'm a person of color. I'm an immigrant. I'm lesbian. I'm a gay man. I'm the disabled. I'm everything you, and so are you, guys."
No, you're not.
How can you be lesbian and gay at the same time?
I don't know.
Makes no fucking sense. Fucking rhyming slang is the Queen's English. No, it's not.
Well, because those are all pronouns that are used by an attention-seeking whore.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of afraid of what you are. You don't know or understand. But no one wants that. You're all just looking halfway ever after.
We seem to be losing you, Scotty.
No, I'm still here. She's being from the clans being very loud. Lana, quickly.
What I do?
You're fine. Lana, quickly.
I'm sorry. It's too hot to turn that thing off.
Mute yourself while you're not talking.
Fine.
If you don't mind.
Lana, quickly follow
1
this.
second, I'm in the middle.
Another person quoting the 13th century Persian poet and Islamic scholar Rumi. This is the subtle truth. Wherever you love, you are. And that doesn't make any fucking sense either. So this is painful. Yeah, this event can tell you much about white feminism. It's not only inclusive, but inclusion depends on the white women being centered around those who grant it. We speak for other groups rather than letting them speak for themselves. We speak for ourselves as experts and saviors. We speak of mutual love and happiness. With no acknowledgement of the role in the violence of capitalism and white supremacy, which doesn't exist.
Can I interject here?
Yeah.
If white people were as racist and as bigoted and as supremacist as these people would have us believe, Do you think the civil rights movement in Western countries would have ever started? Do you think white people? Do you think black people would have ever been emancipated from slavery?
No.
Exactly.
Obviously, because it's just complete bullshit.
Yeah.
It's
just the same with feminism, but patriarchy.
It's always nice to see them eat themselves, though, isn't it? I can't be asked reading this anymore. This makes I can't even make fun of this. This is just
yeah.
It just exists.
Some things just get you so pissed off you can't read them.
Yeah, let's just make fun of the whales for the last 5 minutes.
Either that or you just have no words.
Why make fun of the
nothing comes up, you're just like, wow.
Why make fun of the Welsh?
Wow.
You've done such a good job already.
Well, parking meter in Wales says Welsh people have to pay before English people.
No, but right too.
A parking meter is being fixed after it pointed out that people who live locally pay more than visitors. The paying on display meter on Colwyn Bay promenade told Welsh visitors that the parking fee was after 8 a.m. was free after 8 a.m., but English speakers were given an extra 2 hours. The incorrect information was the night judge. I could imagine Queen singing "My Old Bards at Dustmark." Incorrect information was displayed on all 14 machines along the road in the North Wales seaside town and was spotted by former headmaster Gareth Pritchard. They say this is another waste of taxpayers' money. I counted that there were 14 machines along the promenade.
Hold on a minute. Since when are Welsh people allowed to have cars?
Since now, apparently.
Right.
Yeah, no self-respecting Englishman would stay in Wales for those extra 2 hours. I don't blame you.
Neither would any self-respecting sheep.
Unless actually, I think there's like 3 times more sheep in Wales than there is people.
Yeah, desperately trying to get out.
There's like 3 million people in Wales and 9 million sheep.
Yep.
I heard there was 14 machines along the promenade. So how much will it cost for those machines? And how did not one spot this glaring area before they were installed? Which one is right? Do you start paying the parking charges at 10 a.m. or 8 a.m.? And would you get fined if you decided to go with the English version?
So basically, whoever set these machines up just was bad at interpreting Welsh.
Pretty much. Yes, that's what happens though. I mean, barely anyone speaks Welsh anymore anyway.
Yeah.
You're a sloppiness. There's far too many mistakes like this being made. And having to ratify is a sheer waste of money. And maybe if it was just all in English, you'd probably have an easier time. Parking charges were introduced after the multi-million-pound revamp along the seafront. As widespread criticism regarding the introduction of the changes amid concerns how the levy will affect local businesses.
I think it's high time we give the Zulus another crack at the Welsh.
Okay. Cohen Council spokesperson was aware of the mistake and requesting the notice to make sure we're giving accurate information. Car parking is free overnight from 4 p.m. to 10 a.m. as stated. In dumb Welsh language, right? That's the Welsh not even to be able to get their own language right. Anyway, chilling time. Green Thunder.
Green Thunder.
Live stream every Wednesday. It's already set up for tomorrow too.
I'll put the link in the chat then.
I need to give me a second. I'll have the link to the actual thing.
Yeah, there are only about a dozen people who speak Welsh in Wales now too. And even and they can all speak English, so it's kind of pointless.
Yeah, and like I said, none of them are actually Welsh.
Kill.
Part of his streams in there. Pumpkin Trucker channel. Almost daily dash cams. No dash cam tomorrow because I am off. Starting again no later than 10 a.m. Thursday morning. Going back to the usual place, Springfield, Pennsylvania.
And that man good for the show.
Well, just Pumpkin Truckers channel, and yeah, if you tune in, you might hear Pumpkin Truckers say,
Hey, it was dead when I got here.
nice one.
And blind guy in the blind fucking links there, isn't it? She ignored me, but yes, it is there.
Hmm?
I'm saying I assume, and I was asking blind girl if the blind fucking link was there.
Yeah, it's totally there because I'm totally awesome like that.
I just said that she ignored me, but it's there anyway, so yeah. Because she likes to ignore me.
Is it me, or is blind girl kind of distracted?
I'm a little distracted today.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Why were you distracted by?
That's all I wanted.
Just things. I'm really tired today because I was sick yesterday. So like, I'm trying to catch up on all the things I need for my stream in like the last hour, and it's like cramming, but worse.
20 minutes.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's been hot.
you're gonna get.
Big,
Well, done was on the power. Don't piss in the shower curtain. You're all the ones that counts. Goodbye.